Welcome back, dear children. This is what we saw in the last session, right? Next morning, Taro jumped out of his bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut. He chopped and cut, chopped and cut, chopped and cut. Again and again, he is doing the same process. As the sun climbed, see, when the sun is moving forward, that means what? The temperature is also rising, isn't it? So, and soon he was so warm and that he had to take off his jacket. He has to remove, he's in a position to remove the jackets because he felt very hot. See, the sun's hot. Sun is very hot here. His mouth was dry. Can you able to see the picture of this girl? His mouth was dry, right? And his face was wet with sweat. See, very wet with sweat. All these drops are all sweats. See that mouth, tongue is coming out very dry. Okay, this is what he tries to explain in this paragraph. Chopped and cut, and the sun, as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm. Who was so warm? The sun was so hot, and he felt warm, and he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry, and his face was wet with sweat. Right? My poor old father, he thought. If only he was as warm as I, right? If he was warm like me, then only he will be normal. Such a lovable father, isn't it? And lovable kid. Son is only very affectionate, right? So can you able to understand the affection towards son towards his father, affection of son towards his father, right? And with that, he began to chop even faster. He didn't mind anything, even though his mouth was very dry, even though he felt very sweating, he didn't mind anything. He began to chop even faster. Why? He was thinking about extra money. He must earn. Why he must earn? To buy sake. Why he has to buy sake? To keep the old man warm. His father warm. Okay. So, and with that, he began to chop even faster, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake, not the sake, to warm the old man's bones, to warm the old man's bones. Right? Is it clear for you? Right? He was chopping. He began, even though he was sweating and he felt very warm, he started to work, thinking of extra money. Why he need extra money is to buy fake. Why he wants fake? To fulfill his father's wish. What is his wish? To drink fake. Right? Clear? Then suddenly, Taro stopped chopping. Why Taro stopped chopping? What was the sound he heard? Can you able to hear the sound? Yes, I can able to. What it could be? Could it possibly be rushing water? That sound is only heard for me. Right? Have you gone to any waterfalls? Kutralam or any other waterfalls? How it will be? How the sound will be? How the rushing sound of water will be? So the same sound he is hearing now, right? Suddenly, Taro stopped chopping. What was the sound he heard? Could it be? Could it possibly be rushing water? So he was hearing, not seeing. He was just hearing the sound of rushing water. Is it cleared up? Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. So many years he was cutting and chopping woods there. But he had never seen or heard a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was really thirsty, isn't it? He worked in hot sun, so he felt very thirsty. So the axe, everything, he dropped out everything. The axe was in his hand, isn't it, for cutting wood. Everything he dropped out and he ran in the direction of the sound. See how he is running. So he is trying to catch the water. So Taro could not remember in the sense he never heard and ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. So many years he was cutting wood in the same forest. He was thirsty now at present. So he dropped his axe out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. Is it clear? Right. Now Tharo saw a beautiful little waterfall. So that is what is this waterfall, right? But it is hidden behind a rock. This waterfall was hidden behind a rock, kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly. He cupped a little in his hands. You know what is cupped? Cupped a little in his hand. And you know, see, whenever we see a waterfall, automatically that enthusiasm, that energy, that cheerfulness, that happiness, all that comes to our mind. We will, uh, we will not worry about anything. We will not worry about anybody. Will not bother about anything. What is happening in this world and all. Okay, directly we'll go inside the water. Directly he is catching the water and having a little water in his hand. Right? He's enjoying. Tara saw a beautiful. See that you have to visualize it. You have to visualize that little waterfalls hidden behind a rock, kneeling at a place where the water, kneel down. We'll say kneel down, punishment is there. No? No, we will not give punishment here. So kneel means just sitting with your knees. Kneeling at a place where water flowed quietly. So this is the place where the water flows very quietly. Here can you able to see it was rushing water. We cannot sit and drink here, right? That is why here he selected where the water flowed quietly. He cupped a little in his hands and put it on his lips. Was it water? Again and again he's drinking, right? He's checking, was it water? Put it in his lips. Was it water again? Or was it fake? So already we discussed what is fake, right? Now his intention was to fulfill his father's wish. What is his father's wish? To drink fake, right? He tasted it again and again, and always it was a delicious fake instead of cold water. Actually, in waterfalls, what has to come? Only cold water has to come. That is what these cool water he cupped in his little hand. But when he was drinking that, it was not water, it was sake, delicious sake, Japanese drink, right? Instead of cold water. Why is this happening? Is this a dream? No. What is this? We'll check it out. Taro quickly filled the picture he had with him and hurried home. Children, do you know what is a picture? A part usually made of wood. This is what is a picture. He is trying to make mud, no, pot from clay or mud, whatever it is. So here different designs of pots will be there, and this is picture. Okay, a pot usually made of mud. So now Taro quickly filled the picture he had with him and hurried home. Why he hurried home? He wanted to share this to his father. Okay, he wanted to fulfill his father's wish. So he is hurrying to home. The old man was delighted with Fake. Really, he was happy, a delicious taste, delighted with Fake. Can you able to understand that? So the picture given in your book is like this, right? He was Taro, and this is what is the picture he had. Picture in the sense picture, P-I-T, picture. Picture is a pot usually made of mud. Okay, this is a sample pot for you, and the same like that he is having, right? Can you able to see that he is catching the, what is it, water or fake? For others it is water, for him it is fake only, right? Can you able to see this? Good. And what happens? The old man was delighted with the fake after only one swallow of the liquid. After only one swallow, just a sip, just only one sip of the liquid, he stopped shivering. Why he was shivering? Because of the cold and strong wind. He started shivering, isn't it, on that day? And he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. See how beautifully he's dancing. Now I too feel like dancing. Right? So with a little sip, only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. Is it clear, ma? Right. That afternoon, okay. So this happens in the afternoon time only, right? So that afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. So neighbor came to see Taro's father. Taro's father also politely, humbly, what he said is, offered her a cup of fake. Usually when our neighbors are coming to our house, we will give a cup of tea or coffee, right? But in Japan, this is a procedure, it seems. They are giving a cup of fake to everyone. Right? Taro's father politely offered a cup of the fake. See here, he's giving fake. Right? Assume this is fake. Actually, this is tea only. But for your understanding, I gave this as a fake. Assume, okay? The lady drank it greedily. Why that greediness? Okay, very good. I am the best person. So he's offering me very politely. Right? The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Who's the old man? The Taro's father. Right? He thanked that old man and drank that cup very beautifully. What happened then? Then Taro told the story of the magic waterfalls. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. Oh God, very bad, isn't it? That is why they are not sharing anything to anybody. Right here, so after drinking, Taro shared the story of that magic waterfall, right? So if the time is up, we will see the same slide again, dear. Okay. So if you didn't understand also, we'll discuss this again. Thank you, dear.